The Vancouver Canucks are at a crossroads, and it's time to confront the brewing storm within the locker room. With tensions rising between two of our most talented players, the question on every fan's mind is, who will be donning a different jersey by the trade deadline? As whispers of a potential trade grow louder, we need to brace ourselves for the possibility of losing a key player. Stay tuned, because this could change everything for our playoff hopes. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to keep up with all the latest Canucks news. It's been a wild ride for us Vancouver Canucks fans, hasn't it? The recent admission from Jim Rutherford about the rift between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson has sent shockwaves through our community. For months, we've heard nothing but denials and attempts to downplay the situation. But now it's right out in the open. This isn't just a minor issue. It's a major fallout that's affecting the entire locker room. And while we don't relish the idea of trading away one of our talented stars, it seems we're at that crossroads where one of these players has to go. Now, let's dig into the details. Chris Johnston from The Athletic has dropped some significant insights into this situation, ranking JT Miller as the top player on his NHL trade board, while placing Pettersson at the very bottom. That's quite a discrepancy. It makes you wonder what exactly is going on behind the scenes. Johnston suggests that the Canucks are shifting their focus towards trading Miller, although he notes that Pettersson is safe for now, which has to be a relief for some fans. But let's be real, the fact that there's even a discussion about trading one of our star players is unsettling. Miller's situation is tricky. With a full no-movement clause, he has quite a bit of say in where he might end up if a trade does happen. On the flip side, Pettersson's hefty contract could make him a more appealing trade piece financially. He's younger and has a higher upside, which complicates things even further. At just 26 years old, Pettersson represents the future of our franchise in many ways, while Miller, soon to be 32, has a lot less time left to make an impact at this level. As much as I appreciate the insights from insiders like Johnston, I can't help but feel that the rankings should be closer together. Trading away Miller might seem like the safer bet, but Pettersson is the type of player you build around. It's a tough decision for the management, and I imagine they're weighing all the potential outcomes heavily. There's talk that Pettersson himself wants to stay in Vancouver, and honestly, who can blame him? He's a generational talent who's still finding his way in the league, and it would be a shame to see him go. As fans, we've invested so much hope into this team, especially when we came into the season with high expectations. The reality is, we might have to watch one of these players leave, and that's going to sting. I mean, can we really expect the locker room dynamics to improve just by moving one of them? It sounds like a messy situation, and it's hard to see how this will play out positively for the team. But here's the thing. The Canucks have managed to stay in playoff contention despite all this turmoil. That's a testament to the team's resilience and the talent we still have on the roster. So, if trading Miller ultimately helps us get back on track, perhaps it's a necessary evil. Still, I can't shake the feeling of unease. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. The recent comments from Jim Rutherford about the apparent rift between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson have thrown a spotlight on our team dynamics. Let's dive into this situation and what it could mean for our beloved Canucks moving forward. First off, JT Miller's refusal to comment on the situation says a lot. When asked about Rutherford's remarks, he simply stated, "I'm not commenting on this." That silence speaks volumes. It shows a tension that has been simmering beneath the surface for some time now. Rutherford confirmed the rift is long-standing, and although they've all been trying to work through it, it seems like we've reached a breaking point. Rutherford mentioned that they felt there was a solution on the horizon, but each time they took steps forward, it seemed to drift back to square one. "As you know, sometimes emotions get deep," he said, which resonates deeply with fans who know how passionate our players are. It's tough to see two of our star forwards struggle with their relationship, especially when we want to see them shine together on the ice. As I reflect on this, I can't help but wonder, is this the right path for our team? There's a real emotional investment from us fans, and seeing Miller and Pettersson at odds is disheartening. I mean, these guys are supposed to be leaders on the ice, and when you have that kind of friction, it can disrupt the entire locker room. The chemistry is crucial, and without it, our dreams of a playoff run feel more distant. Coach Rick Tache's subdued comments only add to the mystery. he didn't have much to say, likely choosing his words carefully, which is understandable in such a delicate situation. And with Pettersson not even participating in the morning skate, it raises even more questions about his state of mind and how he's handling everything. Now let's talk about the implications of all this. The Canucks are at a crossroads. We know the talent is there, but we need unity to harness that talent effectively. If this rift continues to fester, it could lead to tough decisions down the road. Will the management consider trading one of these players? That's a conversation we might not want to have, but it could be on the table if things don't improve. And honestly, I'm torn. Do I think this was the best decision for the team to air this out publicly? Not really. It puts unnecessary pressure on both Miller and Pettersson and could impact their performance, but at the same time, maybe it's a wake-up call. Sometimes you need to face the music to find a way forward. But can this team survive such public scrutiny? That's the real question. I want to hear from you, Canucks Nation. How do you feel about the current situation? Do you think there's a way for Miller and Pettersson to reconcile and become the dynamic duo we need? Or is it time for a change? I'm genuinely curious about your expectations moving forward. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. As we continue to follow this saga, don't forget to activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep this conversation going. It's an emotional ride being a Canucks fan, but that's what makes it all worthwhile. Let's stick together through thick and thin, and remember, we are all in this together.